Hello and welcome. I am Dogbert here to bring you round two of my Cosmic Crucible attacks this week. And poor community manager Little Johnny taking a 4-point loss as he now has to go against Commander Downso? Donso? I don't know. Got some weird teams out here again. I don't get it. Must be the week of weird teams. Well, we got a smaller Bifrost here. Now, if you have something like this and you have like a 1 million plus rebirth, the rebirth would actually be better in this case on defense because at this level, the Bifrost is a little bit too easy for a Death Seed to take out because you got to figure most Death Seeds at this level are going to be Gear 17 level 90 minimum because most people have Big Boy Apocalypse or are working at Big Boy Apocalypse and have already taken them up that high. They might be waiting for ISO Blue 5 or something usually. But they're going to be pretty big. As you can see, it took out Sylvie no problem here. And we're already down to it. And it depends on if you get that flip or not on that immunity on Val there or not. Can make the fight a bit more interesting. One thing I always do recommend is get that speed up by using that special on Nemesis turn 1. And we get rid of Val pretty quickly. Now we're just down to these three. And at this point, it's pretty much a done deal. It's just a matter of getting through the annoyances. Don't forget OG Loki is the one spitting out those evades, so getting rid of him is actually quite a good idea just to be less annoying. Down to just this little Keen Loki and Beta Ray Bill, Horseface. Nothing really major here is going to happen. They're not big enough to really take us out really quick. Nemesis always seems to die though, especially when you're at higher levels. But just because something doesn't go right on the very first turn or two, never quit out. Always give it a shot. You can always quit later. So an easy victory there as we move on. As soon as we get past these loading screens. Alright, see, we have a small secret defenders. You got that rebirth there at 1.1 million would have been much more difficult in room 2 against my Death Seed. We have this weird team in room 6. I was just like, oh, well, they have a Dr. Doom there. Like, I'll just do Quicksilver and a Darkhold. I mean, you got Zemo and you got Red Guardian. Red Guardian also falls under a controller with Dr. Doom, so he gets ability blocked by Morgan. It's just a matter of who does Zemo go after. You got like a 1 in 5 chance, even if it does hit Morgan. You can see he hit Quicksilver, so it's like, oh, that's not a big deal. You can see ability blocks on Omega Red and Doom. And Quicksilver, some people say he's not good. He's very good if you build him up. He just needs to be highly leveled and highly geared to do the damage he needs, and as you can see, that was a very quick fight. In a blink of an eye, it's already over. And we're moving on to the next room. I got a weird cosmic shielding team. There's the rebirth. There's the... I don't know why they have an Axeman team with Kitty Pryde instead of like even Iceman, and they put Wolverine in there. I don't know. You got Rebirth outside of room 2. Rebirth is not pretty much New Warrior fodder. New Warriors work very well on Rebirth outside of room 2. Inside room 2, of course, it's a very different story because of it turning on all the raid buffs. Well, with New Warriors, it's pretty easy. You can punch it pretty big, too. Outside of it, you just go like that. I always like to try to get the trauma on Carter, because there's a heal block in there. That keeps her from healing up. And if you can hit a couple other Rebirth characters as well, always a good thing to keep them from getting healed should Carter get a turn. You're probably going to get stuck behind a Captain America anyway. As you can see, we're already rid of Agent Venom. Get rid of US Turd. He's gone. You can see, just not a match for New Warriors whatsoever. This is pretty much over already. Very quick fights, though, which is kind of nice when you're when you got to do 3 different accounts like this, it's nice to have these quick fights so you can get done with this quickly. Captain Americas are always annoying, constantly blocking, constantly taking less damage. That was a Gear 17 Captain America. Might be building them up. Okay, we got the weird Eternals, couple Thors, and Kestrel. And now a small Secret Defenders. Even though it is a smaller Secret Defenders, it shouldn't be taken too lightly. They're still a very good team, even at lower levels. This is the full team. He actually has some investment in Dr. Shit. So I'm just going to bring my own Secret Defenders in here and just be like, who do I want to throw with them? So I threw Kestrel in because why not? Kestrel can work at some lower levels if you have a big Kestrel. It's a very, very small sweet spot for her. Pretty much the theory is to get some defense downs out there and have her do some pings to knock down a little bit of damage. Well, I don't think this would work at like a higher level arena. This is pretty much like one of those Cosmic Crucible things, or a war thing maybe even. Just going for the stun on there, Ms. Marvel. No, she doesn't have taunt right now. This will keep her from getting taunt. And don't forget, because there's a photon on their side of the field, the blinds actually do affect us. That would even work even in arena, because when photons on the field, they get an extra 100% lower accuracy with blind. So you're guaranteed to be blinded. Alright, we're already through their Ghost Rider. Photon misses because she's blind. You can see you're just really ripping right through them now. Steal some buffs, get a safeguard. And Black Cat does take a little bit to get through, just to get through all those death proofs. There we go. And we are through. Only a couple teams left now. Doing quite well with the one-shots. And going against this weird Eternals team with Kestrel and the 2 Thors. I just went for the classic counter. You can see I was trying to figure out what I was going to pick. I just took 99, Emma. I was like, what do I care? I'll throw in Hela and Zim. More than enough power to take this out. But yes, you can see on Community Manager Little Johnny, I gotta really go down far to find Zim. Didn't build him up a whole lot. Only had 3 stars on him, 2 red, 3 star, 3 yellow. But he works just fine for this. Of course, his key being to get those bleeds out there. Kestrel taking care of the Hela, Greg summon. It doesn't really matter. Because we have Weaver. You can see we were almost one-shotting Icarus there. And now we get to spread some debuffs. Kestrel had the offense down in addition to the defense down and the speed down. So the ability blocks Cersei so she can't be going around and, cleansing those debuffs on us and knocking back, trying to knock back turn meter. We have charges on Weaver. So it wouldn't matter. It's mostly about not cleansing debuffs. You see Zim coming in handy, making Cersei attack Jane Thor. One Thor gone. Get rid of the other Thor. What that makes them Thor? Yeah, you gotta do something for the entertainment in this kind of a video. Icarus is gone. The Eternals are broken up. He's got to kind of deal with Kestrel. Rid of Cersei now. Get through those blocks. Get rid of those buffs. You can see Kestrel's healing up though quite a bit on her turn. But too much for Kestrel to handle. And we take home another one shot in another room. One room left, that weird Axeman with Wolverine for some odd reason. I don't know. Don't know why. It's like, do I want to use Masters of Evil? Do I want to use Gamma? End up using Masters of Evil. Yes, I know about Jubilee, and could have some fun if Jubilee was able to kill, if they were able to get some of those Ultron bots down. But Masters of Evil being so quick in Cosmic Crucible, and so strong, watch what happens. Yeah, Kang one-shotting both Kitty Pryde and Beast, making this an absolute joke. Ultron summons and takes out Jubilee. We really only had a problem with Wolverine thanks to his reviving, as you're about to see. You say goodbye to Bishop. There goes Absorbing Turd. And we take him out, and now he stays dead, giving us the one-shots in all the rooms. And how efficient were we? We're about to find out. 50,188 for Community Manager Little Johnny. Now let's take a look at the results, because our opponent did attack. So Commander Danso was able to put up a score of 50,176. Unfortunately, he's going to be taking a 12-point loss, which is kind of nice for Community Manager Little Johnny, losing by 4 in the first round. But this round coming back and picking up the win slightly in the second round. Let's move on to Whalebert. Whalebert ended up being the contest of, well, who could be really efficient, as it was a 10-point win for Whalebert, 50,217 to 50,207. Now, Whalebert has to keep himself highly on the offense side, because he is constantly punching up. Going against the Jay Bishop, has some interesting teams there. He's got the Eternals out there. We got a fully built-up Gamma team here, Gamma, in room 1. Oh, the only Master of Evil I have is Kang. Decided to bring in, I was originally going to bring Kang, then I remembered I have Quicksilver, so I brought him in instead. I just did a basic 4 Secret Defenders and Quicksilver, where at lower levels of the arena, where you don't have Apocalypse yet, this becomes pretty much the arena meta. But I keep it around in Cosmic Crucible on offense on Whalebert, in order to get past big teams like this, because there's usually 1 or 2 that will pop up, and I need something to just really get through a really difficult team. So I decided to slow down Brawn and Hulk over there. Now I'm using Quicksilver on She-Hulk, take away a charge. We don't want She-Hulk throwing back debuffs. So we have a chance to stun somebody. I actually decided to stun OG Hulk here, just because we didn't want to get stuck behind his taunt. But we ended up killing him thanks to the ISO attack of Black Cat. So now I went over here for A-Bomb with the ability block. He's about to take a turn. Plus this keeps me from hitting Red Hulk. The basic on Photon taking out She-Hulk. I wanted to save that special because that is the one that gives out the blinds. Because now we do have a Red Hulk who is free to get hit. No more trauma. No more safeguard. And no immunity on him right now. Probably out there laying out those bleeds again. Actually taking a second turn with Ms. Marvel. We don't get to see that very often, because she usually is stunned when in the arena. So nicely that A-Bomb and Red Hulk are nicely split up there. We're just going to use Photon there, make sure that if something does happen that Red Hulk wouldn't be any use. But Black Cat taking him out, it didn't matter, and A-Bomb just falls over from those bleeds, taking out the most difficult team on this group for Whalebert. Moving on, we have an Infinity Watch there for small Adam Warlock. Got a really unbuilt rebirth there, totally. We have this classic Tangled Web Eternals with a very weird Spider-Man Noir there. So I just decided to do the classic counter of I go first with my Weaver by throwing in Emma with my Eternals and 2099. The other option, of course, is New Warriors would also take this out as well. I don't have a full New Warriors built. I didn't want to risk it. I might need them for something else, I thought. As you see, because we go first, we get the Thunder Weaver, we get the charges, they do not. And I'll say our Eternals go first. And that Noir becomes a big, would have been a big liability, but the other two died as well. Tangled Web is gone on their side. Now it's just a matter of getting through the Eternals. Eternals may not be the rated meta. You might not be building them for DP6 because of the extreme cost of Mystic gear that you would have to put into them, but they are still quite good. Might build them up for the second run of DD6 to make it easier depending on how Cosmic goes. They are still very powerful and not something to be trifled with. And they're coming up on 2 years old now too, it's amazing. They've had a lot of staying power. It will be 2 years in November that Cersei came out, and then Icarus came out in December. As I recall, if I recall correctly. So it took that team out. We got the invaders there. Now, Black Order in room 6. Actually, this is actually quite a nasty team to put in room 6. Because of the cooldowns and all, and they have a big coal obsidian at gear 16. Which is quite annoying, because you're going to get stuck behind coal obsidian. With the new rework to the Black Order, with them getting more stats, that is having a big effect. Now, New Warrior is probably not the greatest choice here, but that's what I brought in, and I had a big enough New Warriors I was able to pull this off. I wouldn't recommend this though normally. Maybe Masters of Evil would be better. Or pretty much anything else. Unfortunately though, Kang doesn't really do anything this fight, as you're about to see. Part of the problem right there is Thanos goes right away. The big issue is going to be getting through Cole. I did take my bleeds and throw them on Cole instead of using the ultimate there on Deathbolt in turn 1. You see Thanos going very quickly. Getting some heal, a little bit of heal there with Dildo. But Thanos going right again and flipping buffs again. As Kang just sits there stunned thanks to Proxima. You gotta remember Proxima getting that stun off very quickly now too. And all the retaliations. The Proxima Corvus is quite nasty. Thankfully, Deathflow had full charges there and got us around that gear 16 Cole. Go after Maul because he was low. We got rid of him. Now Dildo can throw out some debuffs there, including some blinds. As you can see, Kang has never gotten out of that stun. Now that Thanos is gone, the team is folding. There goes away Corvus. This is where the speed of the New Warriors came in handy, but a little bit of a rough go of it. Like I said, wouldn't recommend New Warriors as a good counter overall. Maybe on some punch downs. That's about it. Alright. Next Tortoise team would be this Infinity Watch. With the exception of Adam, they're all gear 15 out here, so that is quite an issue. This is where you're going to see Wilbur's real fallacy is he doesn't have the roster depth. He's just too new of a player punching up against these teams here. Well, brought in Nova. Brought in Fury mostly for the speed buff. I brought in Val to resurrect somebody if they die. I brought Dr. Doom in because he's Dr. Doom and he gives us that ultimate. I brought Squirrel Girl in to cleanse some debuffs and heal us up if we need it. These are just characters I have to have laying around, didn't really have anything to do with it. And I'm taking them against Infinity Watch. Infinity Watch, still a great team. Very old team now, over 2 years old. And we got the speed buff thanks to Nick Fury, and my daughter is waking up a little bit. And here we go, we needed the heal already. Didn't think it was going to be Squirrel Girl who needed the heal, but that's who it ended up needing. I put the expose over there on Adam. I figured I'd be targeting him the most because he is the weakest. Went and got the stun over there on Gamora. So we got the bot. We're just going to blow him up. Just wanted to do as much damage as I possibly could. And they knocked Doom down, so that gave him a little bit of speed bar. Just have to take the stuff and keep on going. That Gamora doing quite a bit of damage along with that Nebula. They take down Nova, but don't worry, he'll be back. And Doom getting to go off now. Need to get through that Phyla to take away some of their healing so we can actually do some damage to them. Got some damage thanks to Doom's blowing up. Got Val gets to go for the ride. He got the turns. That's actually incredibly important. Because now Val can charge up trying to get that ultimate. That's what sucks about Val outside of raids is that that ultimate takes forever to get to. But when you hit it, it's quite nice, and here it comes. Bunch of damage. Alright, we got Nova back now. Still working on him. You can see how long this fight takes. We get Nova's special ability. Bringing out the Summons Fury to help protect us a little bit. Don't know if that would have been a better first turn move or not. Moondragon doing her thing. As we go against Warlock. And we're just cleaning up at this point. As we clean up Nebula. And then we'll move on to the next team. In a minute here. There we go. Finally knocked them out. Took us a little while. It took us 3 minutes in that fight. But this ragtag group of characters did take out this Infinity Watch. So, moving on. Alright, here we are on Dogbert, and of course Dogbert taking the win over Mad Dog, 49,774 to 48,980, as we head into round 2 versus Commander Z. You can see you got an interesting Secret Defenders hybrid over there in the room 6. We do have the big old Bifrost, 1.3 million, but this isn't the Gear 18 Sylvie today. And as you can see, I did upgrade my Death Seed a little bit, put a couple levels into Dark Beast, Magneto, and Archangel, give them a little bit more power. After facing that Gear 18 Sylvie, I want to make sure I get through things this time. And of course, this being Bifrost in Room 2, we do have our usual problems. Fight never quite goes how you think it's going to go. It's just, you got to adapt. That's how you get past this team. Alright, Sylvie is gone. We do not get a flip on Disrupt because Dark Beast can do that on his turn within raids. So instead, we're just going to clone Beta Ray Bill, aka Horseface. Again, we're going to do the special here with Nemesis, get that speed up, get our characters going faster. I was just hitting Loki because that would allow me to get some damage on the Vol. That is a Gear 18 Vol. We're going to be seeing a lot more of those, that's for sure. And the reason why I like Beta Ray Bill is he generally does survive the mind control, no matter who hits him. Waiting on them to get done with their turns. A lot of retaliation from both sides. Now we can finally get some damage out there. We're just going to try to hit them all with AoE there, plus we get some offense up. We force Beta Ray Bill into his invis. Gonna have to take the hit from Scuttlebutt. And our main target is to get Val. Now Val doesn't do the ultimate until the third turn. We did get some damage on him. We're gonna ability block him, plus we got to flip some other buffs. Mainly getting those immunities into disrupts. That's actually quite huge because now no more evades. We need to get through Vol. We don't want Vol reviving anybody. Getting rid of that taunt now with Magneto, and we got rid of Beta Ray Bill. But we still have Vol. That's still a major problem. Now I did the ultimate here mostly to get the evades off of Vol. And we got rid of Vol. Thanks to the Dark Beast assist. And we actually one-shot Bifrost. Lost Nemesis. Nemesis just seems to die. Don't know. That's just the way he is. You'd think of a big metal suit, he'd be thicker, but nope. He dies like paper. He's ripped right through him. Got Infinity Watch. We got the Rebirth, again, outside of Room 2. Gear 18 Carter, Gear 18 Captain America as well. Gonna go against the Hybrid. Now the whole idea there with the Hybrid and Hela and Zim is using Zim's mind control, plus you get more bleeds, which helps out Robbie. Robbie puts out bleeds, Zim mind controls. So that's the whole idea. So I had to take a minute and think about how I would want to handle this. In reality, I need somebody who's going to be able to just kill Iron Man, zombie Iron Man, and I think Masters of Evil has the speed, and we have Kang, where if Kang gets that kill with the ultimate on Zim, he doesn't come back. Also, Ultron also works as well. Don't forget, if Ultron's ultimate kills somebody in Cosmic Crucible, they don't come back. So that was the thought process here, plus I knew we had a lot of speed, something that we would definitely be needing. So I went with a special here on Kang's ultimate, just to get rid of all the barrier, because don't forget, it does clear all barrier. You can see how the speed is coming in handy. Unfortunately, we got a Greg taunt there because Hela went under invis. Got a little too low, so now we have to deal with Black Cat and the Absorbing Man. So he does his job. We're going to ability block Ms. Marvel here. We don't want her taunting or rewinding. So now we're looking at going after Ghost Rider Robbie, but he gets to go because of the bleeds and everything. And hitting people. Doing the buffs here, you can see the mind control. We really need to get rid of Zim as quick as possible. That's why it's changed over to Zim, using Ultron's ultimate, and Zim is gone. That means the mind controls whenever you're bleeding is gone as well. Now Black Cat has a lot of buffs for Titania to go and get copies of. Just have to really wait for Hela to do her thing there. Here comes Kang, taking out Hela, taking out Ms. Marvel, and now he took out Robbie. That leaves just Black Cat by herself, and this takes time. Black Cat is able to knock out Absorbing Turd. He is a turd after all. That's why he's the turd of the team. Now, of course, we don't have any revives on Ultron because Black Cat takes away those revives, and she got them. So she gets to revive once, and then we just kill her. So Masters of Evil, a good option for Room 6 to take them out if you see that hybrid. As we move on here on Dogbert. You got the Darkhold with Quicksilver. In Room 1, we have the Gamma out here, which is weird. I don't know why you didn't put Unlimited on defense instead. I do have alternative to take them down. That's going to be using the Eternals, 99, Weaver, and Nova. Reason why we're bringing in Nova is he does have that stun, and if Red Hulk did get his battlefield effect off, we could use Nova's to clear it out as well. Nova's a decent legendary, not great though. We kind of had two legendaries back to back, with Archangel being the legendary before Nova came out, because technically Apocalypse is not a legendary. They kind of didn't really do much to move the needle. Only Black Cat was the last one who really moved the needle now, but... And of course Nowhere team really not that great outside of war. At least I don't think so. Not even that great inside of war. They pretty much take out Gamma and that's it. Throw rid of She-Hulk already, thanks to the double tap there. We're actually getting through this a lot quicker than I expected. So I'm going to use Nova's stun there. Stun the OG Hulk. That keeps him from retaliating constantly. Rid of Brawn. Rid of A-Bomb already. So now we have an ability block available 2099. We don't have any charges right now on Weaver. So we put the ability block over on Red Hulk just in case. But we do get a charge here with Weaver. So if he was to go off, he would miss. But we end up killing him. Thanks God to have a 7/7 Weaver. Quite nice. And an easy victory there. Gamma's still a nasty team. So is Darkhold. Darkhold being the oldest of the Horseman teams, it's still incredibly nasty to take down. So looking over my choices here of how do I take down Darkhold with Quicksilver. I wanted to make sure I didn't have anything better. And well, what I chose was Stormhold actually. As you're about to see here, I'm going to take Darkhold, I'm going to put them all in. Yeah, including Scarlet Witch. I just use her as a placeholder while I get the others selected. And God forbid I actually use save squads. Nope, I don't do that. We'll throw Dorm in there. So it's the power of Quicksilver versus the revives of Dormammu, essentially. Now Quicksilver does do a lot of damage and does give you Scarlet Witch, so that's quite nice to have. See, no luck there, really. That's one thing I must say about this fight. I really didn't have any luck landing debuffs. I got the... Even though I went first, I got the ability block, but they didn't. So we're slowing down Wong, because we don't really want to get stuck behind his taunt, if we can help it. There goes their Agatha. Now my Agatha's going to do the same thing. Just got to heal up a bit. Get that barrier. So I'm just going to go after Wong. He's got vulnerables on him. Again, going to try to stun Wong. He just resists. We do get charges up on Dormammu. So once they lose their safeguard, they lose their buffs. They get flipped. You can see Quicksilver doing quite a bit of damage. And there's the revive on Morgan, thankfully. Keeping us in this game. So again, Wong has vulnerable, so we'll target him as we reset the turn meters. Get that ISO striker, and we're rid of Wong. We don't have to worry about getting stuck behind his taunt. Scarlet Witch is out since we knocked Quicksilver down too much, and again, Wong, the revive coming in handy on Wong there, bringing him back. As now we need to get through Quicksilver, we need to flip as much buff as possible. That's why I went even for their Doctor Strange. And once you do get through his evades and stuff, Quicksilver does fold quite easily if he takes a hit. Not the tankiest of characters. Again, can't stun nobody. Not even Doctor Strange. Kai Wong finally getting a chance to taunt. Got rid of their evil Strange. My Strange gets to go. Taking out their Scarlet Witch. Agatha is now taken out. Dormammu to heal us back up. Do a bunch of damage. Now we just need to take out their Morgan. So, Dornhold is able to beat Quicksilver. Quickhold? I don't know. I'm making things up as I go. And we still got the Infinity Watch, that big rebirth at 1.5 million, thanks to those Gear 18 Captain Sam and Captain Carter. But outside of this would have been a very nasty team in Room 2. I know they got a big Bifrost, but maybe they want to reconsider. Because Gear 18 Carter and Captain America is nothing to take for granted. That is big. So here we go with the new Warriors again. Like I said, outside of Room 2, they just kind of own them. You get the traumas out there on Winter Soldier, Captain America, and of course, Peggy. Alright, get those debuffs out there as we're stuck behind the Captain America taunt. Got some blinds out there. And we're rid of Peggy already. That is huge because now there's no more healing, no more revives. Winter Soldier is gone. And the team's just really falling apart at this point. Fire Turd taking out those two. And now we just gotta get rid of Captain America. It doesn't matter how big of he is when he gets hit with that Annihilate though. As Deathpool just wiping him out there. And we move on to the next room. Actually, I think it's the last room. Infinity Watch. So, against Infinity Watch, I still have my Gamma left over. I keep them on offense. They come in handy to take out Unlimited X-Men. And they also come in handy if you need to take out a Infinity Watch. Just takes a little bit. Nothing's quick about taking out an Infinity Watch. Too many damn death proofs, evades, and safeguard and all that. That's why the team has really lasted as long as it has. It's still a good team. It's just not a high priority team for a newer player to build up. It's more for an older player to have a really good team in their back pocket. That can be a very annoying team. So I was going here to clear out some evades because I really want to get into Phyla. It wouldn't have mattered if I targeted one of the others with revives because of the evades. Everybody's got immunity, essentially wouldn't be able to do anything except for Gamora, but because Phyla hasn't gone yet, she would have just cleansed any debuff or stun I would have landed with A-Bomb. Adam going against my OG Hulk. Looking to go for a stun here. Tried to go and get it on Gamora and failed. No luck there from She-Hulk. You can see the healing from Moondragon now. Like I said, nothing is quick about this. They went and hit Red Hulk, though. That gets him angry, as always. And when that happens, we get to do this, the I win button. Really doing a ton of damage there. And there goes Phyla, taking away some of that healing. Well, they have death proof, they can heal when they have Phyla. Warlock's got the... well, he had to taunt. Thanks to the removing revive once, though, Red Hulk. He ended up dying. Alright, we just have to finish off Nebula and Gamora. And we just take out Gamora and end this then. There we go. Unfortunately, I don't have the results of my opponent. He has not attacked yet as of making this video. At least not last I checked. So we're going to have to hope that this score holds up and see if we go 2-0 or not on Dogbert in the next round. 50,171. I'll see you tomorrow with round 3. Until next time, everybody.